Okay, so we had a question today about how to deal with someone 30 kilos heavier and taller, and they'll fit the bill, right? Bigger, taller, and strong. He's a very strong guy, right? So the thing is you deal with a big person the same as you deal with a small person, right? In terms of you have to have good body structure control, good timing, good position, understand your body mechanics, understand the release of the mechanics is an important thing. Body structure isn't just about position, it's about release of power and control of power, right? So when someone pushes towards me, it's not about having the correct vector alone. I have to load my weight accordingly, right? I have to load my weight accordingly to where he loads his weight, right? So the way to think about it, if I throw you a ball, right, you're going to catch it, right? You catch the ball because your brain works out the direction of that arc of movement, and then you basically place your hand where it's going to land, right? You don't just fumble in the air and miss it. If you do that a lot, then you probably need to see a neurologist, right? That's probably a problem, right? So if someone throws your ball, you catch it accordingly, right? And that's because your brain is doing all calculations to work out where's that ball going to go, how heavy is that ball. You know, so if it's a heavy ball, you're going to load your weight more, right? If it's a light ball, you just catch it with your hand, right? So you make all these assumptions all the time. And in martial arts, when someone's attacking you, there's a lot of assumptions that you have to make for your experience of training. And that's what the training is for. The training is so you can assume things much quicker. And you don't assume things without thinking, you assume them from experience, right? Now, if I see someone's bigger and taller, I understand from experience that he could lean his weight on top of me, right? He could press quite heavy, right? So I need to load my weight accordingly. So when Dale presses me, I sink my weight and control his power and hold his weight. Now I know I can only hold his weight for a certain period of time. A lot of people ask me, oh, that wouldn't work if a girl was doing it or the smaller guy. Of course it would. No one holds the pressure for too long, right? We don't hold like this, push, 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 and hold for 5 minutes. He pushes me, I hold and I release. When I release, he floats, right? So that 1 second or microsecond of pressure just allowed him to overcommit just a little bit, because when he threw his ball to me, he expected me to react a certain way and I didn't. So that's what we're doing. We're assuming what's happening, we're aware of what's happening, and then we're taking control of that, and then we're changing what's happening. Now, a skilled person is also going to try to react and change at the same time. That's why with my guys, often when we roll and stuff, you don't see too much going on because everything's being counted all the time. The counters are in counters, right? It's not just applying an application and trying to do a defense for it and then reapply it. You have to try and beat it before it's finished, otherwise you're going to be too late. And that's why you see all these hokey demonstrations of people stepping out and one person punching one hand and they do a technique and then they punch the other hand. It doesn't happen like that. If I'm coming at somebody, I'm going to come in and it's not going to be one hand that comes here and you get to go to the side and hand on me, right? It's not going to happen. So you've got to be able to deal with that pressure and clash, and how we deal with that is understanding that timing of weight control and position control. So if we clash together, I hold his weight, I sink my weight, I redirect his force, he presses towards me. Wherever he presses, I'm going to hold it just enough time to feel his weight, and I'm going to try to redirect it and keep my weight in control. If he pushes towards me and I try to redirect myself, I'm going to lose control of him. So I need to hold that ground, push, 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 and then I need to release it, and that opens up the attack. So someone bigger than you and stronger than you, if you have good structure, actually can be a benefit because they're going to use more muscular power. If they're bigger and stronger than you and have the same technique, then it's hard work, right? Then it becomes more fun in some ways because you're outskilling each other, right? So that's the difference, right? So the way we see it. When we get a big guy come to our class and wants to join and is excited about training with us, we all get excited. We're like, oh, he's big and strong, that's going to be good. It's going to be lots of hard work and that's a challenge, right? So that's what everybody wants to do. Unfortunately, what you see in a lot of Wing Chun especially is people like that get taught to be weaker. Lean back, punch your elbow out, take away your power, punch when I tell you to punch. You're doing it wrong, do it like this. That person gets deconstructed into a weaker person, right? I always say to my guys, use as much power as you want, use as much force as you want, but obviously if it doesn't work, there's a problem, right? So, use the skill, so focus them to get used to using the skill, but let them use their power and let them wear it out. Because if they can use their power and it doesn't work, then obviously they've learned it doesn't work, so you learn from doing it, right? It's no good to tell people to do stuff and then one day it's going to work. It needs to work straight away. It might take a while to master it and to get it to work at your will, but that's part of the training, right? But it should work straight away. So in terms of dealing with someone bigger, it's the same as dealing with anybody, right? When they push towards you, you have to have that control and structure of your body weight. Use my body weight. If I just tense out, he pushes me, he's going to push me straight off balance, right? So I never say to my guys to relax your muscles. It doesn't make sense. If you relax your muscles, you're going to fall over. I always try to make them focus on use the muscles correctly, right? So relax accordingly and tense accordingly, right? Because if I relax completely, I'm going to get pushed over. If I tense completely, I'm going to get pushed over. So I have to tense and relax muscles at the right time to feel his weight and link my joints. And then when I get pressure, see, if I hold too long, the pressure won't move me. If I hold long enough, I can hold it, and I think there's a point no return where he's going to move me. Then I have to redirect, and then I can strike from that position, right? Okay. And when I redirect, okay, I also have to keep my weight in control of his weight, because he can also then use his body weight to fall on top of me and knock me over, right? You see a lot of guys think that he can get out of the way, they stand here and just punch. He just runs into me and knock me over, right? So when I redirect him, I have to keep my body weight strong as well, load my weight again. And when I strike, I'm loading my weight into my strike. Okay. So dealing with a bigger, stronger person is just having better skill, right? It's nothing complicated in that sense, right? The complicated part is obviously this process of linking, delinking, and the process of controlling body weight takes time. But that's why we have Chi Sao, right? Chi Sao is not about rolling and doing technique. Look, if I do a technique, right, you just normal Chi Sao. If I do a technique, he's going to react. So you just react. Everything I do, he reacts, right? He just reacts, right? Okay, so everything I do, he reacts, right? That's it. Because I do one technique for one technique, right? All this sort of stuff, right? That's not really Chi Sao to me. That's just doing drills and reacting. Drills, you want to drill the technique to get your flow of movement, but the drill has to be related to the actual combat, what you're doing. So when you do Chi Sao, what you want to do is you want to control his body weight. See, now when I attack, there's no technique. There's just an opening. I can just hit it. Right? And when he tries to stop that, that's going to give me my second technique, because it's already open, right? So when you roll, he presses towards me, his weight tries to push me, I hold it, right? I load the weight, I control. Then I delink, then I can strike, and then I can hit. Right? So here, or I find an opening, I make an opening, I use my hip to butt him, to open his arms up to find my way in, right? So he's stronger than me, but I can shake his stance, I can make his muscles misfire, and if that's split second, why is he trying to recover his base? Then I can strike. So when we're rolling here, really what you want to see is that body construction control, the control of timing, control of position. What you don't want to see is just rolling here and trying to attack him. Because when I try and attack him here, he can react every time. And he's strong, and he's powerful, right? I haven't controlled his body. From here, if he tries to pull me, he's got all that power to pull me and control me. Right? If I sink my weight, he pull me down, I sink my weight, control my weight. Now I'm pulling him, right? Now I'm going to attack his body. So everything's about how you use your body structure, how you load your weight, how you delink, the time of that. And all that's inside the whole part of the training that we do, especially in this Chi Sao system, is all based upon body structure. And a lot of people use that term now. When I look at what they're doing, they're just talking about the positioning. It doesn't make any difference. The position is not what it's about. The position is part of a bigger pie of things, right? You need to have timing, awareness of structure, awareness of linking, delinking, how to control the pressure that's been given to you, how to redirect pressure, the correct positioning for optimizing your striking. Right? So there's a lot of different elements that we come into, and what I'm seeing is really just more techniques and more people talking about more angles and stuff, but that's not really what it is, for us anyway, for you maybe, but for us that's not what it is. To control someone stronger than you, you need to be able to put them where you want to put them. You need to be able to control them. To control somebody, you need to be able to control yourself. Right? So you can control your own body, then you can control someone else's. If you can't control your own structure, and your structure is based upon applications only, then you're going to have a limitation on what you can do with it. So I hope that helps.